Deci means 10, and decimal fractions is a number with a comma and then numbers behind it. Tens is the first number behind the comma, so it will be one whole one that's divided into 10 equal parts, and that will be your tens. And hundreds is one whole one that's divided into 100 parts, and that gives you the hundreds. So your places is in front of the comma, the units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Then you get your decimal comma. In South Africa, we talk about the decimal comma, not the decimal point. Tenths, and just look at this. It is tens is the first place behind the comma. And in the front of the comma, the tens is the second place in front of the comma. Then you get your hundreds. To compare decimal fractions to see which one is the biggest or smallest, first look at the number in front of the comma. 12, 12, 12, 12. They're all the same. Then you only look at the first place behind the comma. That will be your tenths. So this is a 3 tenths, 4 tenths. So 3 tenths will be smaller than 4 tenths. So this number is smaller than that one. Don't read this as 12,351. It's 12,351. This one is smaller. Let's look at the other 3 tenths. This is 0.36, 0.35. So between the 3, this 0.35 and 0.35 will be smaller. But because both of them are the same here up to the hundreds, then you look at the thousands. So this is 1,000s and 7,000s. So this one is the least. So this number will be the smallest if you write it in ascending order. Then this one will be number 2. Then you go to number 3. And if you look at these two, it's 12,4 and 12,42. If there's nothing behind the tens, it means you have 0 hundreds and 0 thousands if you want to. This one has 0 thousands. So to compare them, 4, they're the same. This one has a 2. This one has then a 0. So it means this number will be the fourth one, and then that one is number 5 in ascending order. To round off decimal numbers to the nearest tenth, if you look at, if it says the nearest tenth or the 1 decimal place, so it will be, you underline the tenths. And then you just think again, knock, knock, who's knocking at my back door? 5 or more, raise a score. 4 or less, leave the mess. So who's knocking behind the tenths back door? It's the 2. So it's 4 or less, leave the mess. So you just write down 36,2 and you leave the mess. Look at the next one. Knock, knock. Who's knocking at my back door? 5 or more. So raise the score. So you raise the score, it will be 34,7. They only ask for 1 decimal place. So don't write a 0 there at the back. It's only 1 decimal place. Rounding off to the nearest hundredth. Then you underline the hundreds. So it will be the hundreds, hundreds. Who's knocking at the back door? 5 or more, raise a score. So it's 34,63. This one, 4 or less, leave the mess. So it's 34,65. Look at the place value of your digits again. You have the 34,68. When you multiply or divide by 10, 100 or 1,000, don't think of moving the comma because the comma is fixed there. It is the digits that will move. If you multiply, think of where's your biggest side. So if you look at this number there, it's a rands. Think of money. Rand is 34 rand will be bigger than 68 cents. So this side will be the bigger side, and if it goes that side, the number will be bigger. This side it will be smaller. This side is bigger, that side is your smaller side. So if you multiply by 10, your number will get bigger. Think of the number at the back. This number, pushes everything to that side. So if I multiply by 10, I take this 8, and it's 1 0, so the 8 will move 1 place to that side. So all the others will move 1 place forward. 346,8. So the 8 moves that side, so it will be 346,8. If we look at the rest of them, times by 100, then it 2 zeros, so the 8 will go that side. There's your biggest side, 2 places, so it's 1, 2. The 8 will be just in front of the comma, so it's 3, 4, 6, 8. There's a comma behind the 8. You don't have to write it down, or you can write comma 0 if you want to. Times by 1,000 indicates that it is 3 places, so the 8 will move 1, 2, 3. Now the 8 is at the tens, so it's 8 tens. To indicate that there are 8 tens, you have to put a 0 that side, then you just write the other digits in front of it, and you can put in a comma if you want to, but it's not necessary. Now with division, it's the opposite. Now when you divide, it gets smaller, so the numbers will move to this side. 1 0, 1 place backwards, so it's 3,468. Divide by 100, it's 1, 2 places backwards, so the 3 will be just behind the comma, so it's 0, 3, 4, 6, 8. Divide by 1,000, it is now again 3 places backwards, 1, 2, 3. The 3 goes to the hundreds, so it's 0,03468. Let's check it. The 3 was at the tens. It moved backwards 3 places. Let's test it. It's 1, 2, 3. Yes, that will be correct. When you add and subtract your decimal fractions, it's important that you put your commas underneath each other. So you have 628,4. This one is 71,936. And it is 5,04. This one has 1 place behind the comma. You can put 2 zeros behind it to indicate that there are no hundreds, no thousands, and then you add. So it gives you 6, 7, 13. You carry over 8, 9, 10, 15, and it's 10, it's 70. If you subtract, put your commas underneath each other. Here's 1 place behind the comma, and there are 3 places behind the comma, 2 zeros to help you. So it's 267, my comma is fixed, 4. 38,935. Put your 2 zeros there to help you. Now when you subtract 0 minus 5, 0 is too little. You go to the tens and you take 1 from there, so there's 3 left. You give 1 to the hundreds, so that becomes now 9 hundreds. Now you have 10 here. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. 3 minus 9, again too little. Take 1 from that side. 13 minus 9 is 4. Take 1 from there. 16 minus 8 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. And there's nothing there. And your comma is still at the same place. With 100, 0,04, 8, 615. There are no thousands. I put a comma that side. When I subtract now, 0 minus 5 is too little. Take 1 from there. That gives me 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. 0 minus 6 is too little. So I have to go right to the hundreds there to take 1 from there. Then it passes 1 on that side, passes 1 on there, and then I have enough. 10 minus 6 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus nothing gives me 9. 91,6275.